Hey everyone, Austin here again with another Let's Play video. Today, as you can see, it's going to be Space Megaforce for the Super Nintendo. This is actually a game I've been meaning to Let's Play for quite some time, but I've just been putting it off. As some of you guys probably already know, I actually don't like this game very much. Sacrilege! I know, right? I've never been able to appreciate this game. I used to own it back in the day. I've completed it many times over the years, and it's just something about it. I just can't get into it. That's not to knock anybody that really loves this game. I kind of understand where you're coming from. This game does have some good graphics. It's got some... well, I guess the music's good. I don't think it's really fitting, but the music's good, I guess. And the gameplay can be fun. There's just other shooters in the system I prefer, and other shooters from the same time period I prefer. And I've actually been thinking about it recently, and it's just that it's a compile shoot 'em up. If you look in the bottom right-hand portion of the screen, it's by compile. And I've been thinking about it recently, and aside from Musha on the Sega Genesis and Mega Drive, I actually realized recently I don't like any compile shoot 'em ups. I can't think of a single one aside from Musha. Now, maybe it sort of balances out because I love Musha. But, yeah, I don't want to turn anybody off from this Let's Play. What we're going to do is we're going to go through this entire game. We're going to be playing on the normal difficulty, and we're going to be playing the standard game as well. There is what's called a short game, which shortens the game significantly. I'd almost recommend playing the short game first, because the standard game actually is quite long. It's actually... I think it takes at least an hour to beat this game, which to me is just way too long for me, anyway. There's actually very few shoot-em-ups that take about an hour to complete that I really love, you know. And I'm talking like an hour as in like going through the whole thing, no continues or anything like that. So a pretty smooth run for the most part. Like that's pretty long. One of my favorite shooters of all time, Radiant Silvergun, will take close to that if you're playing the Saturn version in the special Saturn added mode. Actually, now that I think about it, it's also in the Xbox 360 version. I forgot there was a 360 version of that. But a lot of my favorite shoot-em-ups are like, they've got this like nice sweet spot. 30 to 40 minutes, yeah, pretty solid. Anything more than that is a little too long for my taste. And unfortunately, Space Megaforce kind of falls into that category. Super long. But yeah, so less ranting right now. Maybe I'll get back to complaining about this game later on in the Let's Play. Let's explain what's going on here. So Space Megaforce, as you can see, your firepower actually gets quite large. You've got a variety of different types of weapons you can pick up. They're all numbered, and they also have labels on them, so you kind of know what the numbers do. That's actually a really nice improvement over previous Alesta games, not counting Musha. Musha, it was color coordinated, so that was really easy to figure out what was going on. In previous Alesta games, which Space Megaforce is actually a part of the Alesta series, a long-running shoot-'em-up series prior to this game. This is like, now that I think about it, this is like the 4th or 5th game in the series. Probably farther if you're counting like Xanac and, you know, Blazing Lasers. You know, kind of like other games that might as well be in the Alesta series, but probably aren't actually canon. But you can tell they're you know, they've got that compile feel. Same kind of gameplay, same kind of power-up systems, and so forth. But yeah, in those older games, at least in terms of like the first two Alesta games on, say, the Master System and the MSX computer, those just listed numbers as your power-ups, and so you had to literally memorize what each number did. In Space Megaforce, you don't have to be as smart about it. You can actually just look at the subtitles. So that's multi-directional shot, I believe. Yeah, so this is actually a pretty good attack power, and what's really cool about it is if you hold down R or the Y button, sorry, not the Y button, X, I keep forgetting Super Nintendo reverses the labels on the controller, that will actually lock you into place. You can actually, like, set it behind you and just leave it there, and you can basically strafe back and forth. And you can do that in pretty much all 8 directions, and that's really cool. So the multi-directional shot's actually one of my favorite shots. We also just picked up the power shot, which, when it's fully maxed out, is really, really powerful. And as you can see, it takes up a big portion of screen space as well. Unfortunately, you don't want to die with this weapon because it's almost useless when you have to recover. So let's go ahead and switch up. I'll show you all the weapons if I can. This is the scatter shot. Not my favorite because it's kind of like a straight ahead shot. Each shot will sort of like explode and sort of like spread out more bullets, which is nice, but you know, it has to make contact before something like that happens. One of my favorites is the not multi-directional shot. Whatever your main firepower is. This is your stock firepower. I forgot what it's called. It's actually a little hard to hear the audio right now. But this has a wide variety of firing styles. As you can see, I can fire in 4 directions. I've got it set to that. I can also focus on the behind. Not as useful. There's actually not a whole lot of enemies in this game that come from behind you, come to think of it. A lot of them just come from the sides or the top. Usually a combination of the top and sides. So this setting right here is actually really good. Of course, you can always switch back, which is obviously more ideal when you're just focusing on enemies directly ahead of you. Let's go ahead and switch back over to the missile, though. This is actually one I don't really ever use. As you can see, like, the shots are kind of slow. I mean, they're fast when they come out, but there's a good space between all the projectiles that appear. So we got the power shot again. Honestly, I'd rather just have the power shot. You've also got a bomb, and I've actually got 7 bombs right now. I do highly recommend trying to get as many bombs as you can. Now I've got 8 bombs. Spread is pretty cool as well. You can actually... It kind of is treated like the options in Gradius. And by pressing R or X, you can lock it into place. Number 8 is the scatter shot again. Again, not a fan of the scatter shot, so we're just going to ignore that. And I'm going to try to take out these turrets first on this boss. I'm going to switch over to multiple. That's what I prefer. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's called multiple shot. There's multi-directional shot, and there's multiple shot. So some of the labels can get a little confusing. Laser is also pretty solid when it's fully powered up. There's a homing version of it if you press R or X, which is pretty nice. Not my favorite weapon, actually, because it's... Here, we'll switch over to circle, too. Not my favorite weapon because if you die, it's pretty useless. Does very, very little damage when you die. And that's multi-directional shot. So this is the circle shot. Not my favorite either. As you can see, it's a little, you know, these balls circle around you. And you can lock them into place, which is pretty cool. But it's another weapon where when you die, it's not that great. I like using just your standard multiple shot, your stock firepower, because even if you die, it's still a fairly rapid shot. You can recover a little bit easier with it. Some of these weapons are obviously better, though, when they're fully maxed out. Circle, I just don't really find a massive need for it, to be honest with you. Yeah, don't really find a massive need for it. Something else you can do in this game is you can press select to raise your bomb. Not raise your bombs. I'm getting dyslexic. I'm thinking about multiple things at once here. And you can actually press select to adjust your speed, which I've done. So you can see I'm super fast now. I actually prefer the kind of the first setting, your default setting. You can actually, there's actually 4 different settings. So it's actually denoted by the little boxes in the top left-hand portion of the screen. Oh, I accidentally picked up the multi-directional shot again. But again, I'd actually prefer to have the multi-directional shot than a lot of other weapons in the game. And a big reason for that is this. I can literally stay far away and then just kind of like strafe from a distance. But like I was saying in regards to the speed, you can, there's 4 different settings. So I'm on the second setting right now, technically. The first setting is no blocks are filled. The second setting is 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks. just like this, and you're just super fast when that happens. So having it on the second setting is probably my favorite. Anything else, a little too fast. Again, like I said, you've also got bombs in the game, and I'm going to try to save my bombs, because the later parts of the game get very, very difficult. Now, I'm trying to remember if your bombs carry over when you die. I don't remember. It's been a good month since I last ran through this game. I did play it on Twitch. I beat the game once on Twitch recently, to try to get refamiliarized with it. Unfortunately, I had some recording setup issues that I had to take care of. So while I was able to stream on Twitch, I wasn't able to record. But I've got all that sorted out. I did a quick update video a few weeks back as of recording this. That should sort of like clarify all that for you. If you're interested in seeing what I'm talking about, just check my videos. The update video should be in the last couple of weeks. I'm also looking for feedback in that video, so feel free to check that out and provide some feedback as well in the comments section of that video. Or you can shoot me a private message and I'll get it either way. So yeah, this level is this is one of the things like some people absolutely love about Space Megaforce. Other people like me are just kind of like lukewarm on it. It's that the Space Megaforce does the obligatory Mode 7 thing, and it's a cool effect, don't get me wrong. I see why people like it, but to me this level is just kind of boring. I'm just going around shooting a bunch of turrets, and that's not really entertaining to me. Like I'm floating in the sky right now, like I don't know, it's just kind of boring to me. And now, people like me that like to complain about this game, really what we should be doing is putting it on a harder difficulty mode, because this game does get insanely difficult if you put it on difficulty modes higher than the stock difficulty setting. When I do Let's Plays and stuff like that, though, unless it's a game I am just absolutely awesome at, that I've been playing for 20 years, like, I typically don't put the games on the hardest difficulty modes. I like to play in the stock default settings. That's how most people are going to experience a game for the first time, especially if there's nothing like an easy mode, you know. So if like normal is your default and the lowest skill setting, which it usually is in a lot of games, that's how I like to play it, especially on Let's Plays. I actually don't usually crank up the difficulty on games unless I feel like I've mastered them on the default settings. Space Megaforce is not one of those games. I don't consider myself a master at this game. I don't know. I never really cared to. Back when I was growing up, games like Super R-Type were some of my most played shooters on the Super Nintendo. Gradius 3 was another one I played the crap out of back in the day. And more recently, Space Megaforce has been one of my most played shoot-'em-ups on the system. And as such, probably my favorite on the Super Nintendo. Well, aside from Super R-Type, I love Super R-Type. I've actually got multiple Let's Plays of that on my channel here, and I'll probably end up doing another Let's Play of it in the future, just to get a nice, clean 60 frames a second video through the FrameMeister upscaler. But yeah, speaking of shoot-'em-ups and shoot-'em-ups on the Super Nintendo, one of the reasons I planned on doing this is because of my shmups from worst to best video. That was a video I did about a year ago as of recording this one, where I basically went through it was like 19 shooters on the Super Nintendo, and basically listed them in my personal worst to best. It was basically a top 10 list, but it was like all the games in the system instead of just a handful. And so what I've been wanting to do is go back to those games that I haven't Let's Played that were on that list and do Let's Plays of them. So I've already done Let's Plays of, like, I think I did a Let's Play of Darius Twin. I've already done a Let's Play of Super R-Type, multiples actually. Gradius 3, I did a Let's Play of that a few months back. I think it was actually a pretty solid run on that one for the most part. And there's other games I've covered in, like, long play format, like Axelay and, Oh, I did a Let's Play UN Squadron about a year ago. And, but there's still a lot of games left off that I haven't done Let's Plays of yet, or even long plays. So, like, Biometal, I haven't done a playthrough of that on YouTube yet. I mean, there's a lot of others on that list, but as far as, like, the ones I really care about, like, Space Megaforce, I hadn't done a playthrough until now. Biometal, again, like I said. I'll have to double check to see if I did an actual Let's Play of Darius Twin. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I want to say I did a couple years ago. So yeah, I'm missing quite a few games, now that I think about it. US Super Nintendo shoot-'em-ups that I haven't done Let's Plays on. So I'm going to be trying to crank some of those out in the next couple of months. As of recording this video, we're getting actually really close to October, and so October we're not going to be doing any shoot-'em-ups at all. It's going to be all horror-themed, Halloween-focused videos and Let's Plays. So, but once we hit November, we'll start branching back out again with multiple, well, let's say genres that don't have to be horror-friendly or focused. So. And I'll try to revisit some of those Super Nintendo shmups again, and I'd like to get as... Ooh, that was close. I'm gonna go ahead and just bomb. Yeah, so when you're actually maxed out on firepower in this game, I guess one of the cool things is that your firepower kind of acts as a shield. So if you're maxed out on firepower, what it'll do is it'll just sort of... Oh, I wanted to get another multi-directional shot. Hold on, let me try to focus here for a second. So basically what happens is, 2, 3, 4. So those little green power-ups, those numbered power-ups, they basically act the same as a regular numbered power-up, except that if you shoot it, it'll stay locked into the firepower option that's currently, it's currently on. So I was trying to get it to number 4, which is the multi-directional shot. And, doesn't seem like it works too well on these, like, little ships, though. It's not that powerful for them. But yeah, what I was trying to explain before that happened is, when you are maxed out on your firepower basically acts as, like, a free hit. But if you take a hit, you'll lose, most of your firepower upgrades. So it'll kind of like knock you down several firepower levels. And then at that point, if you get hit again, you'll die. So that's actually I don't know how common it is in compile shmups. I know that in Musha it had a similar mechanic. And I don't remember if Robo Aleste on Sega CD had that mechanic or not. It's been a while since I've really tried to get through that one. Like I said in the beginning of the video, not to sound too negative, but I like to be honest when I do these Let's Plays. Some people have complained that it's kind of a buzzkill, but it's like, well, I mean, it's just kind of how I feel. I mean, that's what's fun about doing these videos, is I can be real with my opinions on these games. Yeah, so a lot of compile shmups I just haven't really gotten into, and I've tried to over the years. Like, it's just... I mean, it's kind of like me and R-Type. R-Type is one of my favorite shoot-'em-up series pretty much ever, but a lot of people don't like it. It's very difficult. It's a totally different style than something like this. And so, you know, I've got favorite shmups that people are going to feel the exact same way about as I do to compile shmups. So, yeah. I see why people like this game. It's just, doesn't really fit my tastes, I guess, you know? I'm also not a big fan. Like, you can see how this just, like, I'm not really killing enemies. I'm, like, shooting turrets and wall objects, homing missiles. It's just, it's not very engaging to me. The levels are very long. I'm doing a lot of the same thing over and over again. It might be relaxing for some people, but I like more varied shoot-'em-ups, you know? Shmups that, how do I explain it? have more intricate level design, more stuff going on in the actual background, you know. Less repetitive shoot 'em ups, I guess I could say. But I like shoot 'em ups that are short and sweet. They get right to the point. They take me through a really fast ride. That also provides a good challenge. Of course, like I said, Space Megaforce does have higher difficulty modes, and one of these days I'll probably have to visit those seriously and see if that improves the experience for me. Because I tried it on Twitch actually after I beat this game. I was really amazed at how difficult it actually got. I was really surprised, actually, so... Alright, what I'm gonna do is actually beef up my... Did I kill the boss already? Are you serious? Wow. Last time I got to that boss, I'm pretty sure I didn't kill it anywhere near as fast. So, well, whatever. I'll take it. Yeah, so we're on Area 4. We're not... I don't even think we're halfway through the game yet. Like I said, Space Megaforce is a fairly long game. Fairly long is probably a little bit of an understatement. I can't say I'm a huge fan of this level either. There are some parts that are really tough. You literally have to stop shooting. They actually incorporated a few puzzle elements, basically, on this level. I'm actually not a huge fan of puzzle elements in my shoot-em-ups. Unless it's like a part of the scoring system. Like, I love the puzzle element in, say, like, Ikaruga and Radiant Silvergun. Well, more so Radiant Silvergun, because in Ikaruga, it's, like, kind of mandatory in order to just get through the game. But Radiant Silvergun, like, the puzzle aspects to the game, it's more about just, well, do you want to score well? It's not really mandatory in that regard. R-Type is, I think, one of the only shmup franchises I really get into when it comes to, like, I guess, more puzzle-oriented gameplay. And R-Type, I guess, is not really puzzle-oriented gameplay, but it is very methodical gameplay. Yeah, so I got hit. Ooh, another multi-directional shot. Let's get that. Got it. Good. I think that you have to be maxed out on firepower for your firepower to act as a shield. I could be wrong. You might only need to be like 2 or 3 steps above the lowest step in order to, you know, have your firepower act as a shield. I'm not sure if anybody can clarify. I know there's probably going to be some big fans of this game out there comment or watching. Feel free to comment. Let me know how that works. I guess I don't really care that much, but I do like to also give you guys the correct information if you're just playing this game for the first time. So, if any of you guys can post a comment down below, just for anybody else that stumbles upon this video and is new to the game and is curious how things really work, that'd be some cool information to have down there. Oh, man. Yeah, so the multi-directional shot can also really wear out your thumb. Basically what I'm doing right now is I've got my thumb covering both the X and Y button at the same time. Really, what I could be doing is just using the shoulder trigger, but it's really not that much better. Your hand's gonna get cramped either way, basically. Yeah, I kind of don't want to switch up right now, but I'm also thinking... screw it, we'll switch up. Why not? That's actually... Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so you've got to be really careful on this level because, again, that puzzle element. You don't want to kill those drill... type of enemies, because that could box you in and force you to die, which probably isn't good. Alright, so I just used the bomb to get a bomb. That was about the only solution I had there, unfortunately. And my firepower is not ideal right now. Yeah, so I have actually lowered my speed down as much as I can. It's actually helped me out a little bit here. If I was on any higher speed settings, I probably would have died or slammed into something and lost some health. Alright, so what I want to do is... There we go. Oh, no, I messed up. Crap, I've got the laser. I actually don't really want the laser. The homing function on the laser can be nice, but the thing is, like, you're at the mercy of the homing properties of the laser. Sometimes it just likes to do whatever it wants and it doesn't hit what you really want it to hit. Or it'll just stay out on the screen and you won't be able to hit something that appears right in front of you because your homing projectile is just all over the other side of the screen. That's very typical of homing weapons in shoot-'em-ups. Which is why a homing weapon for me has to be of a very specific quality in a shoot-'em-up for me to really want to use it as a primary weapon. Yeah, I felt like I had to use another bomb. I didn't want to. So something I haven't explained yet is those little like yellow and green canisters I can pick up. They will power up my weapons. I have to pick up a certain amount of canisters for that to happen. The little ghost dude up there. Let's see if we can get that. I tried getting it last time, and it didn't work. I got it. I don't even know what it does. I don't know if it's like an extra life or something like that. Again, it's another thing where if any of you guys can clarify, again, feel free to post a comment below and let me know what it does. I'm gonna go ahead and just stick with the laser right now. It's got its uses. Laser. Yeah, I'm really not gonna worry about picking up some of those power-ups. I just want to get through here without dying. I'm pretty sure the last time I got here, I died. Pretty badly, actually. I think I died multiple times, so... Since this is a Let's Play, my goal is survival. I'm not trying to really impress anybody. Alright, let's speed up a little bit. Having the power shot's probably a bad idea, but why not? It is powerful, so... Actually, I'm probably... Oh, the spread shot got away from me. I saw the spread shot power up. It was there, but... Alright, we're gonna use some bombs. I really don't want to use the bombs, but... I feel like I don't have a choice. Alright, and we're gonna switch over to the scatter shot as well. Because like I said, the charge shot is really kind of useless when you've lost your upgrades. Okay, and I actually just answered my question too. You don't have to be at max firepower for your weapons to act as a shield, but you have to be at least a level or two higher than your lowest level, from what it seems like. Alright, on to Area 6. I don't think we've actually died yet, which is kind of good, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and just be playing it relatively safe here. You can try to get greedy and just shoot all these like little objects that you can to build up a score. So if you're trying to play for score, obviously you want to be shooting as much as you can. When I'm trying to play more seriously, I try to play for survival Particularly if I'm doing like a Let's Play or something. I'll play it a little more safe, just so we can get through the game. Maybe get a 1cc, 1 credit clear, basically. Or do it without losing any lives at all. That's always pretty cool, right? Use another bomb, didn't really want to. Yeah, it seems like I probably should have just stuck with the scatter shot. It was working better. And the missile shot just, I don't think is going to do any better for me right now. The power shot's definitely not going to do it right now. Yeah, so we're on to Area 7, 32 minutes in, 30 minutes in. I'm trying to remember exactly how many levels are in the game. I mean, it could very well just be 9, but the levels just go on for so long that it feels like it's more. I guess we'll find out. So that's the spread shot. Well, not really. It's, you know, the the weapon names in this game are a little confusing because, like, number 7 is the spread shot, but by spread shot you would think it would mean like a wave kind of shot, like literally spread, like it's Contra or something, but it's not. It's your shot. Like, I figured this would be my spread shot, but no, this is called multiple shot. Yet the spread is the one where you've got these little pods coming, following you. I figured that would have been called multiple shot because there's multiple pods shooting on their own. Yeah, so some of the naming conventions for some of these weapons is a little odd to me. I mean, really, I'm not really one to question naming conventions and stuff like that. I don't usually care about that stuff. But when I go and Let's Play these games, I start to think about that stuff. Because I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, what else do I talk about? Let's talk about the naming conventions of weapons I normally wouldn't care about. It's yet another thing that makes doing Let's Plays a little bit interesting compared to, say, playing these games by myself. Normally when I play games like these by myself, I'm a little dumb to them. I don't really care. I don't take them seriously. I take the gameplay seriously. I don't really look at stuff and I'm like, oh, that's a goofy name. Like, I don't really think about that stuff when I play these games, you know? For me, it's about getting absorbed into the graphics, the sound, the music, the gameplay, the action. Hopefully there's a little bit of a adrenaline rush somewhere through the playthrough. But when I'm playing for a Let's Play, it's kind of a different... tackling it from a different mindset. And then I start to think about those things I normally wouldn't think about when I just play solo. I am focusing pretty well, though. I mean, I haven't really... Still have 8 bombs. Haven't really died. Have I died? I don't think I've died once. I've taken hits, but I don't think I've died at all. Probably should lower my speed. So something I didn't mention is that occasionally you'll get these kind of like these power-up canisters, but they're like these really big, wavy, glowy balls. When you pick them up, they basically act as a bomb. They sort of clear everything off the screen, or at least, if not everything, most of these small objects. you can activate those, like, screen bombs by, hitting the yellow power-up cannon. Not yellow. Damn. Getting all discombobulated right now. The green power-up canisters, the ones that you can shoot to just make it so they don't cycle anymore. If you shoot those enough, they'll turn into that floating bomb that you can just run across and it'll just clear stuff off the screen. So that's a cool little mechanic. Very good to know, especially if you really, really need a bomb. Now, your main screen clearing bombs are really, really powerful in this game, so definitely take advantage of them if you can. Just don't take advantage of them too much. Oh, I finally died. Okay, so yeah, I just answered my own question too, is when you die, you don't lose your bombs. So that's really good to know. Yeah, so having a different weapon there actually would have worked better. I mean, as you could see, there's certain weapons work better than others in certain situations. So maybe the number 3 power-up actually would have worked pretty well on that section. Because it would have just cut through all of the objects that were blocking my spread shot here. I'm not going to get the power shot. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up that multi-directional shot. Why not? It's probably gonna come in use on the next stage. Alright, on to Area 8. Yeah, there might be 10 or 11 levels. I don't know. I'm trying to think. 10, 1, oh, I missed it. Oh, it comes back up. Well, what we'll do is let it get towards the top of the screen. And then just keep shooting it. And I'll show you the little bomb that it can turn into. See, there it is. And if you pick it up... Well, we can't. There we go. We just got it. Right. So the quote-unquote spread shot actually works pretty well. You can sort of use it to set up different patterns, which can help you in certain situations. Go ahead and just use a bomb there. Oh, another spread shot pickup. That's good. Ah, another bomb. But we just picked up 2 bombs, so it's all good. I'll go ahead and try the scatter shot. So, grabbing those little yellow and green orbs will slowly upgrade your weapons. You have to pick up a certain amount of them to upgrade your weapon. However, if you pick up the same number again, that'll upgrade your weapon instantly. Looks like we're on the verge of dying, so we'll go ahead and just use another bomb. Yeah, we just powered up multiple times. And lost one. Yeah, as you can see, the levels do get tougher, but it's not the kind of difficulty I like. Like, I'm dealing with, like, shrapnel, and it's just not fun for me. Or it's just not engaging. It's just kind of like, I don't know. I've actually never been a fan of that kind of level design in pretty much any shmup, where, like, you blow up walls and, like, they can hurt you afterwards. I just don't really like that mechanic. There's other shoot-em-ups that do that, and so it's not it's not really something that's against this game inherently. It's just I don't like that mechanic in any shmup I play. So, all right, so let's go ahead and speed up. Probably gonna need to. Yeah, so being really fast helps a lot. I think the last time I got here, I just totally forgot to use my speed up, or my throttle. And so I ended up just getting wrecked by, like, these orbs that are floating around. But, like, just look at this, I can just go max speed and not have to do anything, really. Oh, we died. Wow, that sucks. I still have 9 lives though, so I think we're gonna be okay. I think we're gonna do just fine, guys. Yeah, 9. This, you know, it might be 11 levels in this game, because there's this, like, sort of bonus stage type place. We go to another outside level, I believe. Yeah, where it looks more like the beginning of the game, that first level. And then we go to a more, like, alien-looking place, and then that alien-looking place is the final stage. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else. I guess we'll find out. Alright, pick up the scatter since it's here. Yeah, scatter seems to work pretty well on this bonus level. Or these bonus levels. Doesn't seem to be very good against these really big enemies, though. Alright, we're going to switch over to the multi-directional shot. Actually, probably not the best time to do it because it's just not that powerful right now. We're at the 46-minute mark. Yeah, there's this level, then I think the next level might be the final stage. This could be a tricky level as well. There we go, we're maxed out. Back up to 6 bombs. Seven bombs. I could try to switch up my weapons, but I mean this weapon just seems like it's doing a pretty good job right about now, so I'll just stick with it. Good time to use those bombs now.
Multiple shots.
No, I'll take multiple shot. So the levels are laid out a little bit to where they have some hidden power-ups. As long as you've got a good eye and you've got your speed cranked up, and there's one up there. But I'm not going to worry about it. So that is pretty cool. I do like that.
Multiple shots.
You know, this boss might actually be a boss rush, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure we fight the first boss again, yep. It is a little bit harder now. He's dropping like these bombs that'll explode, and he's got more projectiles than he did before the first time I fought him. And it's not a boss rush. Okay. It's just a repeat of the same boss. He's just harder. "53 minutes. Yeah, so this game's about an hour. I'm actually pretty sure there's another level after this. Yeah. Oh, and I picked a bad time to do this video, man, with this fast screen scrolling. I worked a 12-hour shift tonight, but I also rode my bike to work for a change. Haven't done that in 2 months, and so that added an extra hour and a half onto my day. So needless to say, I'm a little bit tired right now. Fortunately, the bike ride did, you know, give me a little bit of adrenaline. So I'm like a little more alert in some ways, but like really, really tired in other ways. It's kind of hard to explain. Alright, going back to the multi-directional shot just because I need more control over what's happening here. Oh, and I just died. That sucks. We're actually running out of bombs, unfortunately. Really don't want the power shot. The power shot's okay when you've got it powered up more, because it'll still shoot when you're charging. Yeah. Area 11. Definitely not my favorite area in the game. Lots of bullets, very hard to dodge. Okay, yeah, this is the final stage in the game. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure we do fight some other old bosses. Yep.
Multiple shots. multiple shots.
Alright, another boss fight. And look at who it is. I recognize this guy. Ow, that hurt. A little too fast for that.
Multiple shots.
We still have 9 lives, by the way. And that's not a cheat, either. We did so well towards the beginning, we just kept racking up extra life after extra life. As you can see, you get pretty decent score in this game. It's a pretty large score. 4.5 mil. I don't remember what the extend is. The extend being how frequently you get extra lives from points.
I came from the world beyond.
Alright, final boss. Yeah, it's literally about an hour long. No continues or anything. So if you're the kind of person that has trouble with these types of games, this should probably take you even longer to beat. Go ahead and just use those bombs. So, if you've run out of bombs and you die, it looks like you do get 3 bombs back. So it's actually interesting that they did that. In a lot of shoot-em-ups, if you die when you have bombs, you'll lose all your bombs. Or you'll get reset back down to whatever you get when you respawn. But if you have 9 bombs and you die, you'll still have 9 bombs when you come back. But if you go down to 0 bombs when you die, when you come back, you'll have 3. So that definitely makes life easier. Yeah, literally took us an hour to beat the game. We just eclipsed the hour-long mark. Actually, that's on my recording. When I clicked record, I still had to do a couple things before I actually started the game, so... yeah, so that's Space Megaforce, guys. Yeah. A fairly popular shoot-'em-up on the Super Nintendo. Seems a lot of people like this one. I've already voiced my opinions on it, so I won't do that any further. But I hope you guys enjoyed this Let's Play, regardless of my thoughts on the game. And like I said, I'm going to be trying to cover more of those Super Nintendo shmups that I covered in my shmups video from a year ago, where I listed every Super Nintendo shmup from worst to best. And of course, if you want to check out that video, if you haven't seen that yet, feel free to hit the description box below. I'll have a link in there with my shmups video. So, seems a lot of people like that video, and so if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. And but yeah, guys, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go ahead and just end it here. Not really much else to talk about. I do have a Let's Play of Musha, actually, on this channel. 2 of them, I think, for the Sega Genesis. So feel free to check that out if you're a fan of other compile shmups. Maybe one of these days I'll eventually do Robo Alesta on the Sega CD. And but for now, this will probably be my last compile shmup for a little bit. And looks like we're back to the attract mode. And yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys soon. We are very close to October, and all of October we're going to be doing a lot of Halloween-themed Let's Plays, or October-themed Let's Plays, stuff that's kind of horror-focused. I plan on having a couple of side-by-side comparison videos and stuff like that, some side-by-side long plays, or dual plays, if you want to call them that, and some other goodies up my sleeve. Mostly Let's Play focused and whatnot. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I've got a ton of Let's Plays on here and plenty more to come in the future. Also, feel free to hit that thumbs up button on this video, or you can hit the thumbs down button if you didn't really care for it. Either way, it helps me out on YouTube, so I really appreciate it. But yeah, I'm out, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, which should be hopefully in just a couple of days. So, alright, take it easy, guys.